This match was a great tactical battle between Germany's top two teams at the moment, Dortmund and Bayern Munich. Dortmund had the upper hand at the start as Bayern struggled to keep up with their tactics. But then Bayern started adapting and gradually took control of the match thanks to their tactics, before Kimmich scored a wonder goal which won the match for them. In this video, we'll take a look at why Dortmund had the upper hand first, and then how Bayern Munich took control and put Dortmund on the back foot thanks to their tactics. Hansi Flick's tactics without the ball make it so that the opposition is forced to play a certain way, which is using narrow channels to find players in tiny pockets of space. Lucien Favre knew this and came prepared, so Dortmund set out to create these narrow channels and exploit them when possible. Hazard and Brandt were tasked to drop deep in their half spaces and help in the build-up. This worked really well with the midfielders using their movement to create passing channels for their teammates. Once up the field, Hazard and Brandt were told to stay in their half space because this usually puts the opposition's fullback in a predicament. Either the defender takes care of the player in half space but leaves the wingback wide open to exploit the space on the wing, or the defender marks the wingback but allows the player inside to exploit the space in behind in process. Dortmund actually seemed like the stronger team during the first 15 minutes as they kept finding ways to penetrate Bayern's shape. However, Bayern adapted as the game went on and gradually took control. To understand how they did that, we have to know how they managed to force Dortmund to play a certain way. Bayern played with a high line right from the start and employed high pressure defense, meaning they pressed with high intensity all over the pitch. The goal was to compress the field, giving Dortmund as little time and space to build up as possible. Lewandowski and Müller were in charge of cutting passing lanes to Dortmund's double pivot, Dahoud and Delaney, with Kimmich or Goretzka staying close enough to press the midfielder depending on which side the ball was on, while the other one stayed in the middle. Meanwhile, Koeman and Gnabry cut passing lanes to their respective wingbacks and pressed the nearby centre-back if he was in the half space, with the ball-far player coming deep into the half space to mark any open player nearby. That's how Bayern were without possession. When in possession, Gnabry and Müller had a free role. On top of that, every forward was instructed to drop deep and assist in the build-up play. This was disrupting Dortmund's defensive shape to a great extent, allowing Bayern to get in the final third on a regular basis. When in the final third, Bayern would mainly rely on the wings to get them inside the box. They had several routines to achieve that. All of them involved having a fullback high up by the sideline. My favorite routine was when they played into the players in between the lines using the fullback. Notice how Lewandowski keeps Brandt inside, allowing Boateng to pass to Favre. Koeman then makes a run out wide to drag the nearby defender out of position. Favre then uses the narrow channel between Brandt and Guerrero to find Müller, who immediately passes to Lewandowski in the newly created space. Another routine was having Müller exploit space after Koeman and Favre dragged two defenders out of position. It took some time for Bayern to get going when in possession, but once they did, they were causing Dortmund trouble all over the pitch. Bayern came close to scoring on a few occasions, but nothing comes close to what would prove to be the winning goal by Bayern Munich's Joshua Kimmich. Now that Bayern had the lead, they didn't need to take many risks, so they started playing more conservative. Dortmund kept trying to find the equalizer, but in the end they failed to get past Neuer as Bayern won by 1-0. increasing their lead to 7 points clear at the top of the table. Lucien Favre did an amazing job in my opinion. However, Hansi Flick had a better squad and better tactics. Who do you think had better tactics? Dortmund or Bayern Munich? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, share it with someone you know. Follow me on social media, links in description.